This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium training session. This Infinium training session is entitled Four Tenets of the MGTOW Philosophy. Now, my MGTOW brothers, as you travel along the MGTOW road, you will discover that the MGTOW philosophy itself has major tenets which we as MGTOW men abide by. And although there are many tenets to the philosophy, these are four of the major tenets that, again, we as MGTOW men abide by. The first tenet is peace. The MGTOW philosophy is one of peace. Although at first glance the tenet of peace seems to be simple and underrated, it is one of the most powerful tenets of the MGTOW philosophy. If you look deep within a good man's heart, you will find a desire for peace. This desire becomes particularly important when it comes to relationships that men have with women. However, because of the feminist plantation state and the ideology of feminism, women no longer want peace with men. I will give you some examples. I was watching some excellent content from Coach Greg Adams a few weeks back, and he happened to bring to light a new trend which is happening with women, and that is it's a type of vexing joke that women play upon men. And it goes like this. You can be sitting with your female companion in a car. She distracts you for whatever reason, and you go to attend to the distraction. She reaches into the back of the car and pulls out like an article of grocery or something and slaps you upside your head. You say, well, WTF to her. And she says, well, I didn't mean it was an accident. I slipped up. And again, she distracts you and does it again. And it's like, again, from the man, WTF. But this, at a basic level, is what happens with men and women in these days. Women don't want peace with men. They want disturbia. They want men to be perturbed. They want men to be vexed. And this is one of the main reasons why men who adopt the MGTOW philosophy are criticized for not being able to handle strong, opinionated women. And the reality of the matter is the realization on the part of men that women cannot handle a peaceful atmosphere. Again, they want disturbia. They want vexation. They want to be able to laugh in their hearts at men. So thus, even the simplicity of just a cup of coffee in the morning in peace becomes profound, because it brings the reality that a man under the MGTOW philosophy, under the tenet of peace, can exist in this world in peace. The second tenet is prioritization. Under the MGTOW philosophy, prioritization goals become changed from female first to man first. In many ways, the MGTOW philosophy resets the way prioritization works in a man's life. Not only does it send out the back door the needs and the wants of the feminist plantation state, the MGTOW philosophy both closes and locks that back door. As well, the MGTOW philosophy clears the fog of the aforementioned state, thereby allowing men to see clearly and convincingly that their needs are first and that they are, more importantly, legitimate. Thus, any shaming, ridicule, criticism, etc., which comes their way and says otherwise, is therefore irrelevant. The third tenet is self-validation. Because the MGTOW philosophy validates the existence, the merits, and the value of men, it becomes a source of true validation for men. Thus, when a man adopts the MGTOW philosophy, he is able to self-validate himself. And as it is such that we as men are walking along the MGTOW path through the feminist plantation state, this ability to self-validate ourselves becomes a valuable resource when it comes to negating the need for female validation. As well, self-validation builds confidence, allowing men who have adopted the MGTOW philosophy to accomplish what they desire to do and live freely as men. The fourth tenet is self-governorship. The three aforementioned tenets, peace, prioritization, and self-validation, lead to and work hand in hand with the fourth tenet, self-governorship. If you recall Tomi Lahren's Men Are Trash rant that she had a few weeks ago, she mentioned that she was trying to teach men how to treat women like her. This is basically saying that men need to be governed by women like her. Indeed, this is the notion that the feminist plantation state has about men, that they need to be governed by women. The MGTOW philosophy, however, throws the aforementioned notion in the trash and puts it out on the street to be hauled away. Instead, the MGTOW philosophy opens the eyes of men and shows them that they are their own governors. So in every phase of their lives, men find that they can not only take full ownership, but they are also the governors of their lives, and not women. My MGTOW brothers, again, these are four major tenets, and of course there are many tenets to the MGTOW philosophy. There are major tenets, there are sub-tenets, but my MGTOW brothers, again, there are simple tenets, but this is what makes the MGTOW philosophy so profound and so important in our lives, because it is something that it is self-sufficient. It causes self-sufficiency. It causes us to begin to look at ourselves in terms of the reality of who we are. For instance, we are not resources. We are not trash, as Tomi Lahren would have it. We are not anything that these women say that we are. We are not something to be vexed and laughed at. We are men. We are men who can critically think, who can again take ownership of our lives, who can govern our lives, who can walk without the nagging, without the criticism, without the false validation of women. We are men. And the MGTOW philosophy, because of the tenets behind it and the subtenets, says so. That's what makes it so profound. That's what makes it such a hated philosophy. That's what makes it be called a movement by those who would try to taint it and try to tear it down. That's why it's called hate speech, because of the simplicity of saying that we as men will go our own way and we will live freely as men. My MGTOW brothers, again, that's why it's so important to daily take your red pills, to daily adopt and embrace the MGTOW philosophy. It is important for you to do it daily and to not be led aside by any Tomi Lahren or any type of criticism you may find that you're coming under, any type of false validation, any type of call to come back to the feminist plantation state, because again, the MGTOW philosophy has you covered and it has your back. My MGTOW brothers, again, you are living in a time where you must stand for yourself, where you must uphold yourself, and you must, in your own way, go your own way. That's why you, again, must daily take your red pills, daily Embrace the MGTOW philosophy, because those things will long-term save your lives. My MGTOW brothers, yes, it is not easy. It is never easy sometimes. But the pathway to freedom, when you look back upon your life and you know that you've gone your own way and you're in a free state, you will see it is well worth that walk down the MGTOW path. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium training session. My MGTOW brothers, now more than ever, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.